last video, I talked about a semi-creepy male teacher that me and my high school crush, uh, you know, kind of uh, became too friendly with each other. And today I want to talk about a creepy baseball coach that I had from when I was in, I think, seventh grade to ninth grade. So this was like obviously like a teenage boy league for baseball, like pucker neck baseball, and yeah. So I played on this team for a couple of years, and this coach, who I forgot his name, but I know his name began with an R, so I'm gonna call him not Mr. Coach Rearson. Coach Rearson had like very military aspects of coaching. Like he was bald. He wasn't bald. He had like a little bit of a crew cut. He had sunglasses, a baseball cap, was heavy set, like heavy duty just in general, and he yelled. Like he got us huddled together. He was like, "Are we gonna go out there? We're gonna score RBIs. We're gonna score points, and we're gonna run balls. We're gonna hit the balls. We're gonna play defense. Baseball is 90% mental, 10% physical. Remember that? Yeah, let's go, team, go!" Just like stuff like that, and it's just like he like kind of swore a lot too. It's just like picture that, like a puck and rec coach for baseball for like teenagers, and he was like that all percentage of the time. So yeah, yeah. The story begins when it was my second season. I don't think my family had ever really shown up to the games besides my parents. But in my second season, my sisters kind of started to show up at the games. I have two older sisters. Keep in mind, I was like 13 or 14 when my second season was happening, and one of my other sisters, Chloe, was just 2 or 3 years older than me. So pretty much, just in general, because that's the most important aspect, just below the age of 18. Just below the age of consent. So this video is going to have a lot more concrete evidence of this guy being like a lot creepier than the gym teacher. So yeah, my sister and her at the time boyfriend Chloe, my sister Chloe in general, the boyfriend wasn't named Chloe. They went to my games together, and they brought a volleyball because my sister was a volleyball player in high school. So yeah, they brought over a volleyball, and they would just like do little sets with each other, where like they set up the ball and they just hit it together, and sometimes they used it as like a soccer ball and just did that kind of stuff sometimes. And so yeah, I never really realized it. Like they're just like sitting with the other families off to the side watching the games. But sometimes my coach would always be like, just not in general. This is like for an entirely different thing, just in general. If you guys ever need a ride to games or practice, let me know. I'll be sure to pick you up and we'll arrive there together. So one game, like in the middle of the season, this is an entirely different day. We went to the town over for an away game because both my parents were not able to take me, so my coach had to take me. So I was there with Coach Rearson. We were there with, a few others, and I was in the back seat, just chilling, waiting for, us to get out of the car because we were just talking. We got there a little bit early, so yeah, we're just talking, chatting amongst each other, and for some reason someone brought up family. Like we talked about like one of another teammates like brothers, and he said that, yeah, like my brother just kind of like stays up all night and doesn't really do anything during the day. And one of us was just like, so he's kind of just like a loser who does nothing? And he's just like, yeah, essentially. And then my coach brought up my sister Chloe, and I was just like, yeah, she sometimes comes to the games when she can, just to support me, I guess. And then Coach Houston was like, yeah, she's got a nice ass. Very nice body. Very beautiful looking. Like, she's got a big ass. And, like, the other teammates were just, like, laughing. And I just, you know, I didn't know what to do. Because if you guys watched last video, I said I had, like, my autism was way worse back then. And that was obviously the case for this. I was, like, in a setting where I thought I could be, like, kind of myself. But after that was said, I just kind of sat there without saying anything, because I didn't want to, like, say something and be like, what, you're gonna argue with me? Like, fuck you can stay here, you'll find a different way. Like, I didn't want him to, like, get mad at me, I guess. And, you know, so I just didn't really say anything, at all. So I just kind of sat there, and I kind of stared off into space. And keep in mind, this isn't even the crazier part. His son, who was like a year younger than I was, or two, was also there in the seat next to him. He was in the passenger seat, and he was saying all this in front of his son. It's so baffling how he said all that in general, not only in front of me, like, basically in front of my face, right? But in front of other teammates, like, two other teammates, but also his son. Like, I couldn't believe it. I can't believe it anytime I think back on it, and it makes me so angry. Like, I know I shouldn't, and I obviously probably wouldn't, but, like, if I ever saw him in public, like, I think I would, like, actually just, like, go up to him and be like, hey coach, remember me? And we just have, like, a little chat for, like, a little bit, and just be like, hey, yeah, remember when you made sexual comments about my 16 or 17-year-old sister at the time, and how she had, like, a nice body and, like, a big ass? Yeah, not cool, kind of fucking weird, and, I hope you, like, fucking die or something. Like, I don't know, it's just like, it's just, what the fuck? You know, just, how do you have, like, a young teenager boy on your baseball team, right, that you coach for, and then, you know, you should just assume that, like, all their family members, like, all their siblings specifically, are close in range to their age. Like, my sister easily could have been younger than me, right? Like, my sister is way shorter than me, like, almost like an entire foot shorter. I was a growing boy back then. I stopped back then, but, like, you know, easily could have been older than her. Like, I appeared older than her, like, probably at that time, because of how much I didn't really take care of myself, physical appearance-wise. So yeah, like, my sister very easily could have been younger. Obviously she wasn't, but still, she was under the age of consent. She was illegal, so yeah, that obviously doesn't excuse the fact that he fucking talks sexually about my sister. So yeah, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of think about that time, that current scenario, and how pissed it made me at that time, but how much anger it still kind of gives me. And I can't believe I would even consider it, but, like, in my last year, my third year, I was just kind of like, you know, in the final game of the season, it was a playoff game, and then we lost the game in the playoffs, and then, you know, we had, like, a little, like, get together, like, just celebrating, like, I guess you could say, like, the final year players, including myself, on the team, and just, like, how Coach Houston was just like, give it up for these guys, they put everything into this game for this team, like, let's hear for them. And he was just also adding on to, like, well, I hope you boys can make it to the, you know, games next year, just come out, support us, and, you know, you know, just have fun with us next year. Just do whatever you want. And I wanted to, like, low-key, like, at that time, just, you know, go to the games whenever I could, because, you know, it was obviously semi-fun, and I had, like, a couple friends at the time on the team, so it's just like, yeah, well, why not? I'll show up to games, hopefully a lot of them, and I got back home, and, you know, I just remember kind of arguing with my mother of like, Mom, I just want to go to the games and like be there for them, you know, just like, it doesn't have to be every game, it just can be like every home game. And just like kind of like being like, well, no man, he's an asshole, like he fucking yelled at you and you guys whenever you did, like, you know, just playing baseball in general, like he was like too harsh on you. And like I agree, like, yeah, but yeah, in the end I didn't go back. I never went back out to the field ever in general, and I honestly, I have not stepped on like a baseball field since, not because like the coach like traumatized me to the point where like I just don't want to have anything to do with baseball. Like I honestly do low-key missing, I do low-key miss playing baseball quite a bit, but I don't miss him. I think he was a very shitty person objectively, and he talked very sexually about my 16 to 17, whichever age, even if it was 18, if she was 18 at the time, still very weird. He was definitely in his, at the very least, mid-30s, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but he was definitely probably in his 40s, I will just say, at the very least. But, yeah, I don't know, just felt the need to talk about this. It wasn't the first time I had to kind of, like, deal with like Chloe having like a weird guy just like observing her. I remember like probably that same summer or the summer before that, we were at the beach and we were just like in a like food place on the beach, just like trying to buy food, and we were waiting in line, and I saw this like older guy, like probably in his 50s or 60s, like staring at my sister. And I was like, we're at a beach, right? So obviously my sister's in her, like, you know, swimsuit, right? Which, yeah, like, it revealed a lot of her body, unfortunately, as a swimsuit usually does. But I saw this guy looking at my, at the time, like, anywhere from, like, 15, 16, 17-year-old sister, and, you know, I just kind of, like, was like, what the fuck? And I walked in between my sister and the guy, and I just like stared at the guy, like I stared the guy down. Like I didn't say anything, but like I just kind of like looked at him like so aggressively, and I just, you know, I just saw him like turn away, just like him notice me, and like me looking at him, and I was like, oh shit, I'm looking over here now. So, you know, I'm not like a confrontational person at all. Like I feel like if he were to like say something and like a word would have been noted, I would have just like turned to like either my parents, because they would have obviously handled it in a way better like manner than I could at all. But yeah, I don't know, it's just, I feel bad because, you know, I've had to see Chloe deal with this kind of stuff multiple times. And my other sister, Abby, who's older than, both of us, obviously, you know, hurt some things too. I'm not obviously gonna get into that, but yeah, I just know both my sisters, had to, unfortunately, deal with some stuff, and, unfortunately, I don't even know if Chloe, like, knew about any of this stuff at all, but, yeah. That's gonna do for this video. If you guys liked this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Supporting this channel would make me happy, and it would make me happy, a little bit happier due to the situation. I just felt it, not the need. Why did I say that? I just felt like talking about this story because it reminded me of last video, and I guess I wanted to talk about this little instance of this weird coach, for a little while now, so I figured, why not? I have the time to. So yeah, that will do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next video. That's gonna do it. Bye bye.